Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah Wisted. Today, we're doing a little fall styling. I'm not really one who tends to decorate my home for specific holidays. Like, I don't do anything super specific for like Halloween, for example, or like Easter specific holiday decor, but I'm not saying I'm not gonna do that. I have kids now, so at some point I will be doing it. I do decorate for Christmas, so I definitely do that. But for the fall, I definitely like to style the home to make it feel more cozy and just, I don't know, just like welcome the fall vibe. So I definitely do some things for fall that are a little bit different. I will say, I've mentioned this in pretty much every video I've posted recently, I am 31 weeks pregnant today, so I haven't really done anything too crazy. I kind of just reused stuff that I have had around the house, and I did bring in some fall florals, which I'll show you, and then I did get some like pumpkins and stuff, but like nothing too crazy. But I am going to show you what I did, and then I'll also share some other ideas that I had or like would do in my home if I had more energy and patience to get it all done. So that's what this video is going to be about. I'm gonna jump into like the styling part of this video first and show you guys my house and what I've done. We'll link what I can down below, which is most of the fall florals. Everything else may not be linkable, but if you ask me for a link, I can try and find something if there's something specific that you're looking for. So yeah, let's get into the video. Fully unboxed. Obviously, I got a lot. I know, I used to be really into buying fresh florals, and I still think that those are always going to look really nice over faux florals. But the problem with fresh florals, as you guys all know, is it's so expensive and they die within like a week. So especially for fall, I have been really into like preserved or faux florals because they look amazing and they last forever. Obviously, you can use them every year. These are all from A Floral. I feel like A Floral is a very well-known brand, but if you haven't heard of them, they are just really well known for home styling or like home accent pieces. A lot of like vases and pottery type objects that they have on their website, which are really beautiful. It's just a really elevated look in terms of faux florals for sure, but also their vases are really, really beautiful. So if you're looking for something that is minimal but definitely elevated and feels more of like a luxurious type vibe, I would definitely say A Floral is it. So I did pick up 3 different branches. I'll show you guys these. These ones are the Non-Dina spray. I'll link all of these below, but these ones basically are a more full type of fall floral. And they do have like a green, but with like the hint of the burgundy color, which I think is so beautiful. So it's not all like burgundy, it's not all kind of stark. It's very muted and kind of blended in together, which I think is so beautiful. It's like the first turn of fall. So I thought these are really pretty. I do have to mention really quick, when I style them, I'll show you, you do have to like fluff them out and make them look less like bunched up as they are today. They come shipped like this because obviously it's easier to keep them just kind of like packaged together. But when you put them in the vase, you just kind of like move them around to make them look a little bit more real. These ones are so beautiful. What are these ones called? I want to say they're the oak leaf. It doesn't say on this tag, but I'm pretty sure these are the oak leaf. They look pretty real. And they're not, like I said, fully orange or fully burgundy. They are green with like a hint of orange to them, which I think makes it really just more usable, if that makes sense. So I think it'll be really beautiful. These next ones look the most real in my opinion. They just look like real fall leaves. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like they just kind of like float a little bit, kind of like a leaf would on a branch that's into the fall season. And I just think the color again is really beautiful. It's not all one color, it's like the changing of the colors, but it's still greenery, so it makes it just a little bit more muted. Okay, I just have to say, I feel like styling and fluffing them out makes it look so much more real. And one thing that I am visually drawn to when it comes to styling florals, just like a side note in case anyone's curious, I like for one side to be slightly taller than the other, but not by much. Well, I guess that depends. I can't say that as like a black and white statement, but I tend to like one side taller than the other. I don't like it to be perfectly the same size because then I feel like it's almost too perfect. But yeah, it took me a minute, but I feel like the shape looks good, so yeah, that's just a little side note. Okay, so I would say like my main thing that I do in my home, which is probably obvious for you guys, but it's to bring in fall colored florals and greenery for around the house. I sometimes get a little hesitant with faux florals because sometimes they do look really fake. Now, I did find some stunningly beautiful fall florals on A Floral this year, so I did kind of place a big order on A Floral this year. If you look at other websites that have faux greenery or faux florals, like I scoured Amazon trying to find options for you guys because I was like, if I'm looking for this, other people are probably looking for it too. And I really could not find anything that had like the green leaf that shows that it's starting to turn fall, if that makes sense. So it's mostly green and it has like the fall edges to it that look real. And these ones look really real to me. So I was like, yes, these are the branches. The way that I fill in space in a more minimalistic home is honestly with greenery, because it's funny, if you walk around my home when I don't have any greenery in any of my pots and everything is just like dead, or I'm like in between, transition between some types of greenery and putting some new ones in, I feel like my house feels very empty because you guys know I don't like a lot of stuff around. I don't like a lot of visual distraction, but I think the best way to fill in a space and to make it feel lived in, feel inviting, feel cozy is to bring in greenery. And like I said, having something that's reusable is way more economical than bringing in something every week. All right, the second thing that I usually do for fall specifically, so this is Halloween and like for fall, the start of fall, Halloween and Thanksgiving, I leave these out, but it is to buy a mix of heirloom pumpkins and gourds. And I do have a preference towards the heirloom version. I just feel like they look really organic, really modern. It's very grown in nature, so it's not too perfect. It's like almost a little imperfect, which makes it feel very lived in and exciting versus something that maybe looks just a little bit too perfect or commercial. I just get these at Publix. Like there's really no special place that I go buy these from. I just pick out the ones that I think look really cool to me at Publix. I am partial to the ones that have imperfections or warts or something like that. But I usually do some sort of like harvest bowl where it looks like I'm just where it looks like this bowl would already naturally be in my kitchen, because usually people cook with this type of stuff, but I don't. This is really just for display. But I put my harvest bowl on my dining table this year. I don't know, I really liked the look of it last year, and it's a little too big for my kitchen table now that we use it all the time. I do have a gourd in my entryway, which you guys saw. Did put a pumpkin on my coffee table. A few other things that I like, but I haven't really focused on this year. I mean, I guess one of them I kind of put around, but the first one is candles. Obviously, candles make a huge difference. Candles and just like fire in general. So even like firewood in your fireplace or having the fire on or lit, if you're trying to create that like fall vibe, I feel like adds so much. Like turning off the overhead lights and having the candles lit or having the fireplace lit, I feel like just makes it feel more cozy and inviting, especially with all the other decor around. That's more of just like a in the moment type thing, but something that I didn't really do too much of this year, but it's to add more textures and layers around the home. So that's just like throw blankets, really cozy pillows, and like a cashmere knitted texture, layering up your bedding in your bedroom. I did do this last year, but I have not changed my bedding this year. But just adding a bunch of just like fall layers and cozy, like open knit, like I said, cashmere. I mean, even linen can look really fallish if you have it like kind of like draped and not perfectly like steamed on your bed. I feel like it could look really cool. And then last but not least, that I am also pro or a fan of is to add other details that maybe are less obvious. So my example would be the side table that I switch out on my entryway. I do tend to like to layer a little side table or some sort of piece in front of my console table in my entryway, because I think it just adds a little bit of dimension in an otherwise kind of like flat space. And so the one that I chose for my entryway for fall has kind of a harder, like almost like Halloween vibe, if that makes sense. So I don't know, I just feel like it adds a little bit of something that may otherwise not be there. It's like I said, it adds the depth there, but also adds just a little bit of like detail or styling element to your home, just to elevate it just like a little bit more. Even having like chairs, like statement chairs or ottomans, and like a really cozy texture. Like you see the ones with fur online, which I think are so beautiful. I love those ones, but I also think that those are kind of interesting in the summertime. Do you know what I mean? It's like you don't really need that much like texture in the summer, but bringing them out in like the fall and winter, I think just like adds again a styling detail to your space that maybe would otherwise not be there. Or just even in like a fall tone, so like the burgundies, the deep browns, the reds, the oranges, like anything like that. I feel like to bring in like those deep kind of almost like jewel tone type fall colors, not like the bright orange, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't know, I think that could look really cool too. So all right, so that was it. That was my fall styling video for 2023. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And that's usually it. I can't think of anything else. So I hope you guys are having a good start to your holiday season. I feel like this fall just kind of like starts the madness of all the events and everything happening, but in such a good way. I don't know, something extra cozy about this time of year. So anyways, I'm sure I will talk to you guys on my next video.